So, I don't know if I have any subscribers. I'm mostly just gonna sit here waiting until I get word back from JT Suits if he wants to join in, or if he can't. I'm certainly excited because it'd be cool to work with him, but if you can't today or anytime in the near future, that's totally cool. I don't think YouTube verified me much anymore. Please put a question in the chat, because otherwise I don't have much to talk about. I mean, really, please put something in the chat. I guess I could ramble about the military if that's what you guys want to talk about. JT Suits might be on my channel soon. I just kind of want to let the word out and see if I can get a healthy live stream going. Otherwise, I'm just gonna let the feed get cut. That's just if he's, just letting people know that, JT Suits might be on my channel. Let me just check something really quick. I don't know if anyone's watching in particular. So yeah, I'm sorry about the interruption. That's just me trying to get a technical glitch sorted. For whatever reason I can't get, oh yes, I think I can just join in, so I can open it up in another chat. Oh yes, I think I can just join in, so I'm recording and I'm seeing myself live, which is kind of confusing. So yeah, apparently when you're yeah, the stream's a little confusing, but it's mainly just, waiting for everyone there. Oh, hey, two people. I don't know if that's me. It's mainly just, everyone there. Oh, hey, two people. I don't know if that's counting me. Alright, so I just turned myself off, so to speak. Let's see if my viewer count goes down. If you're one of the 4 people watching, I really hope you enjoy this presentation. It's just, no comments. It's just really hard to talk without feedback, so normally there are tons of people talking on the YouTube live streams I've seen. So if we get a few people talking on the YouTube live streams I've seen, so if we get a few people talking on the YouTube live streams I've seen, so if we get a few people talking on the YouTube live streams I've seen, so if we get a few people. Yeah, I know. There's a lot of filter back. So, what to say, So yeah, I just made my friend Camille a moderator for my channel. I feel like if she were to watch... Yeah, I just made my friend Camille a moderator for my channel. I feel like if she were to watch... Yeah, I just made feel like if you were to watch my channel regularly or watch other live streams, she'd be annoyed. You know, my channel regularly about how, you know, you getting the taste of being a YouTube moderator before you get to do anything. Oh, a great question. What's the fastest and easiest way to get involved in the military? So, what I would say is you just enlist with the National Guard. And that's just the fastest way in the military I can think of. You just go to the National Guard. Hopefully there's a recruiter at your high school or your college, and they get you in, and they set you up for your state. If you live in a state that you don't like the governor of, I recommend you look at either the Army Reserves or or moving to another state and join their National Guard. There are some of the auxiliary branches, but they take a long time to get into. Oh, that's a great question. What is the National Guard? I know that's, you know, for fans of military content, that might be a bit redundant, but for some of you guys who are just in high school or just thinking about joining the military, the National Guard is essentially a dual mission force that is a component of the U.S. Army, but it is also a state force that does firefighter-like jobs. They do search and rescue. They do recruitment drives. They do a variety of things. So mainly search and rescue and natural disaster relief, and, you know, like the National Guard was called in to police the Charlottesville riots, you know, in Charlottesville, Virginia. They also, you can see the National Guard patrolling Grand Central Station, New York City. So they're usually at the discretion of the governor of the state you're in. However, the National Guard has a dual federal mission. So during the Iraq and Afghan war hike, the National Guard, the Army National Guard, has been deployed because it also has a reserves component to protect the nation as a whole. So it was deployed to Iraq and Afghanistan, even though the National Guard is a secondary reserve unit behind the actual Army Reserves. The National Guard trains 1 weekend a month and 2 weeks in the summer after basic and AIT. So basic training is your basic training to get in the military. That's boot camp, basically. And then there's AIT, which is teaching your job, or your MOS, the technical term, but it's what you do in the military. Like what I was looking at 12 Whiskey is a masonry specialist. That's 7 weeks of AIT. It's kind of simple. You get your 7 weeks in, you're done. But to get your 7 weeks, but once you finish your AIT, which can go all the way to over a year, some Air Force and intelligence positions have it that way, you are then certified in your job. You get part of your enlistment bonus if you qualified for one. For National Guard, it's often like 10 grand. So you get 10 grand, so you get half your bonus, that's 25. So you get your 5 grand in many cases, not all. Don't want to disappoint anyone, but in many cases you get your $5,000, and then you get the rest of your enlistment money. So yeah, the National Guard is 2 weekends, 1 weekend a month, 2 weeks in the summer, and you can be called out for emergencies to protect federal institutions like a national park, by the president, or like a NATO summit or the White House, and you can be used more in DC, but that's more complicated because that gets into like the Posse Comitatus Act and some like weird history stuff. There's also some conflict between who ultimately controls the National Guard versus the federal or state government. That's pretty murky. They were federalized in enforcing integration in the South. However, who really controls the shots is still up in the air. And I got another great question from our lovely moderator, Camilla. What are some of the benefits of being involved in the military? Well, the main benefit, I'd say, would be the pride and camaraderie. And again, I'm a candidate in the delayed entry program. I'm not in, so please take everything I say with a grain of salt. I don't want to make that point explicitly clear. I'm not in the military yet. I might not even be till I finish college or ever, but I hope to be in the auxiliary branches, which are a different conversation. But anyway, back to the question. The main benefits are the camaraderie, the brotherhood. There is a sisterhood to it. It's usually referred to as a brotherhood, and there are other benefits that are more monetary. Like the VA home loan is probably the biggest economic benefit. You get easier credit, and you get a subsidized mortgage. Then I'd say the GI Bill is the next biggest advantage. When you get the GI Bill, and there's some difference between the Reserve Select, the post 9/11 GI Bill, and the Montgomery. I recommend you start with the Montgomery, and then if you want to transfer, you can forfeit it and get more from the 9/11 GI Bill. but their smarter career counselors tell you about that. But yeah, start with Montgomery because you can transfer, but you can't switch back. So start with Montgomery. So you get the GI Bill or student loan repayment. You have to choose one of the two. Student loan repayment has a lot of red tape and a lot of quirky effects, but you get your student loan payment and or your GI Bill. And your GI Bill covers, I believe it's the BHA, Basic Housing Allowance, of your current rank, or it could be the rank of an E5. In the auxiliary branch, you don't get the GI Bill, but you get the GI Bill would cover your tuition to up to, I think, $30,000 a year, your housing, and a good chunk of your food. However, with certain schools that are yellow ribbon, they pay a portion of it, and they're discounted for the military large clientele. So, like private schools like Pace University, you can go in straight with the GI Bill. And there are things like the VA, the VFW. So there's certain like urgent care and veterans preferences for emergency services, welfare. Sort of medical treatment. There's some insurance options. Then I say there would be other kind of smaller benefits like the thank you for your service, and as well as things like you get to go on housing lotteries in New York and other cities to win heavily subsidized rent control apartments for being a veteran. You get federal employment preference. You get certain job preferences. You get discounts at some stores. You get to pretty much eat at any kind of low end to middle end fast food restaurant for free on Veterans Day. You also get free drinks usually on Veterans Day. And if you show up in uniform, you can usually get a free drink. However, people might think you're a boot or a pogue, or just generally not polite, because apparently you're not supposed to do that, wear a military uniform off base. You might be legally allowed to, though that's something you should check with your commanding officer if you can do, and the guidelines for your base and the UCMJ. But even if you're legally allowed to, it's just not recommended socially, and you can get yourself in more trouble. You almost certainly aren't supposed to be drinking in uniform, but, if you're retired, they'll probably let you, you probably can do that, or if you're in a look-alike uniform, you can probably do that too, though you might get accused of stolen valor, which would make it even worse. But generally, even if you can get away with it legally, you just shouldn't wear your uniform off base. The only other benefit I'd say in the aux branches, which are different, is you get some of the veterans benefits. Like you don't get military health, you don't get military insurance, but you do get access to the military credit unions, which subsidize mortgages somewhat, but not to the same extent the VA home loan does. You don't get many other benefits besides some veterans preferences for some positions hiring, but it's not the full veterans preference, just you have military experience, but you don't have veteran status in your employment. So with the federal government, that's kind of a weird gray area you find yourself in. But it doesn't hurt. It gives you a little bit of a leg up. But if someone was in even the regular military, whether you're Civil Air Patrol, so they're Air Force or Coast Guard Auxiliary, and if you were in either of those two auxiliaries, you would get some preference over civilian. Assuming you have the same resume, you'll probably get hired over them. Assuming it's a dead even tie. But if someone served in the Air Force or the Coast Guard regular, and you served in either the Civil Air Patrol or the Coast Guard Auxiliary, you're probably going to not get that job compared to someone who's the veteran of the regular service. So that's some of the quirk. And with the National Guard, you also get state incentives. I'm just harking back there, but usually you just get the GI Bill, discounts, preferences for government services, preferences for private employer, the VA home loan, the experience, the pride, the skills. Those are the main benefits, really. Is this live stream tedious? I'm really asking. Unless someone joins us, I'm probably just gonna cut the feed in like 5 minutes or so. I'm really glad my friend is watching and moderating, but if no one's there, I'm really just gonna cut this thing out. So apparently, my friend who's now the moderator Um, so I just made my friend the moderator. Yeah. I really hope someone joins in. Let me see if I get any email from Suits. No. Yeah. Um, Matt Ward's posted a new video. That's cool. I haven't heard from him. I'm gonna pause the feed for a bit and see if JT Suits is available. Hopefully someone else joins the stream. Alright, so I apologize, and I'm sorry if I'm nagging JT. I'll send him a link to the stream. So yeah, sorry if I'm being a pain to JT. Without content, I'm probably just gonna wrap this up in like 5 minutes. I just really hope someone would kind of get in this thing. Is it still live? Yes. So, yeah. Let me just nag a few more of my friends if they've got nothing, if they've got free time in their hands. Let me just message my friend. Oh, hey, a new person here. I hope you're enjoying the content. This is trying to be a interesting military content. And oh, you just left. Yeah. I kind of wish you could see who's there. I'm probably gonna cut the stream in like 5 or 10 minutes. Playing around with the emojis a bit, being a little silly in the chat. I still kind of like seeing the crown. Yeah, if someone else would just jump in, that'd be great, but, you know, I don't really see that happening. If someone would just... If someone would just watch in, I would be thrilled, but I don't really see anyone joining. Oh, I have 0 viewers right now. Or 1. Anyway, I'm probably just gonna close the stream soon, as I've bugged my friends enough to be in the stream. Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad my friends have the time to support me in my ill-advised streams. Yeah. Yeah, I really hope, someone does have the time to check it out who's not my friend. Yeah, just about to cut the stream. I said that times, but I kind of mean it. Kind of sad talking to no one, especially because I've seen really big YouTuber channels come, and so yeah, please somebody ask me a question. I'd love to talk more, but so I'm gonna just talk about the auxiliary. If you have other questions, because at least I'll be telling a story. And so anyway, I'm gonna talk about the auxiliary unless someone has a question. So I really love the concept of the Coast Guard Auxiliary, particularly because I don't really fit in the National Guard or any other service branch for a variety of personal reasons. So yeah, the Auxiliary and Civil Air Patrol are really appealing to me. I don't personally fit in the Civil Air Patrol because I'm, don't really want to be a pilot. I don't have the math skills to really be in any kind of Air Force type stuff. I know not every job requires math, but it seems to feel like you need to be a math person to be in the Air Force. And I currently have 0 viewers, so maybe I should just make regular content for a while. I love the live streams when they're jumping with people. Yeah, I'm gonna review this content and I'm gonna turn it off, and yeah. Well, I won't cut the stream if one person's on. I'll give it another minute. Yeah. I guess I should be making videos. I'm just trying to make YouTube subscribers. Alright, I'm gonna probably do that. Huh. Probably have to get a new channel just for my new personality instead of having it be mixed up with my name. Alright, well, see you guys. Peace out, bye.